For degree in mass communication, the college has now received official approval from the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to commence National Diploma, ND programs in mass communication and multimedia. Additional programs are also in progress. Admission requirements: a minimum of 5 O-level credit passes in relevant subjects. For National Diploma ND programs, minimum JAMB admissible score of 100. For degree programs, recommended JAMB score of 180 and above. This is a great opportunity to become part of the college's growing legacy in media and broadcast education. For more information,
visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call these following numbers: 0803-838-4343, 0806-980-9897. Announcer Management.
It's a place very close to you, a place easily accessible in a serene environment with adequate security. Ade Super Hotels Limited is the place with the state-of-the-art facility, spacious car park, air-conditioned rooms and suites with modern toilet facilities, standard swimming pool, well-stocked indoor and outdoor baths, boardroom for corporate meetings, halls for all kinds of events and parties, a gymnasium equipped with up-to-date facilities, restaurants that provide local and continental dishes with special services for banquet and buffet. Laundry services are also available. At Ade Super Hotels Limited, you are assured of 24 hours power supply as well as best ever reception that you can imagine. Ade Super Hotel is located at Elisha Road, PO Box 3028, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 0803-440-4358, 034-206-855. Email adesuperhotelsakure@yahoo.com. Website www.adesuperhotels.com. Ade Super Hotels Limited, hotel with passion for maximum comfort.
The FIFA World Cup 2026 is here. Watch all 104 matches live on StarTimes, from the opening match to the final showdown.
And this time, it's not just watching, it's watch and win.
Subscribe or buy a StarTimes decoder and stand a chance to win the 10 million naira grand prize, plus many exciting prizes nationwide with subscription packages starting from just 4,000 naira. Recharge now via StarTimes app or visit any StarTimes office or dealer outlet near you.
StarTimes, enjoy digital life.
On the news tonight, Ondo CP reassures residents, intensifies fight against kidnapping, plus FGNLNG deepen economic diplomacy to boost investment. Good evening and many thanks for joining us on the news tonight. I am Olubukola Aduwo. Now the news. As security concerns continue to attract public attention across Ondo State, the new Commissioner of Police, Felix Ohagwe, has reassured residents of the command's commitment to safeguarding lives and property. The police commissioner was speaking at an interactive session with journalists in Akure, where he addressed ongoing efforts to combat kidnapping and other criminal activities, as well as security arrangements for the forthcoming Ondo South Senatorial by-election scheduled for June 20. Abiola Ario reports.
Insecurity, particularly cases of kidnapping in some parts of Ondo State, are generating anxiety among residents and stakeholders. In response to this concern, the new Commissioner of Police, Felix Ohagwe, says the command is intensifying intelligence gathering, surveillance operations, and intense collaboration with other security agencies to tackle criminal activities, particularly in identified flashpoints across the state.
Areas prone to criminal activities have been identified, and we are working on it to make sure the people of Ondo State sleep with their two eyes closed. Partnership with the community in performing their functions. So I believe in community partnership. You see something, you say something.
He urged residents to remain vigilant and support security efforts by providing timely information on suspicious activities. He also assured the public of adequate security arrangements for the forthcoming Ondo South senatorial by-election, aimed at ensuring a peaceful, free and credible exercise.
We have a very clear defined mandate, security, coverage. No policeman under my watch will take side with anybody. I'm here for work. Election monitoring is part of our responsibility.
The police commissioner reaffirmed the command's commitment to protecting lives and property, noting that the engagement with journalists form part of efforts to keep residents abreast security developments in the state. In Akure, Abiola Rio, Nta News.
And now to judicial matters. A federal high court sitting in Katsina State has sentenced a female armed courier, Hawa Mokhtar, to death by hanging after the Department of State Services DSS successfully prosecuted her for conspiracy to commit terrorism and aiding and abetting terrorism. Justice Abbas Bawale gave the order, having convicted Hawa Mokhtar, who was arrested by the DSS on September 16, 2023 at Jibia Motor Park, Katsina State, while attempting to transport 438 rounds of 7.62 mm ammunition to one Ado, a notorious bandit kingpin operating within the Gumburu Forest, Zamfara State. After evaluating the totality of evidence, witness testimonies, tendered exhibits, and final addresses of both prosecution and defense counsel, the court held that the prosecution had proved its case beyond reasonable doubt, finding Mokhtar guilty on the 2 counts. Justice Bawale subsequently sentenced the convict to death by hanging in accordance with the provisions of the Penal Code Law of Katsina State 2021. The court held that the successful prosecution is a significant milestone for the DSS, demonstrating its capacity to not only intercept criminal actors, but to follow through with decisive legal action that results in landmark convictions. It could be recalled about a month ago, a federal high court in Abuja had convicted and sentenced one Aliman Haliru Humar to 20 years imprisonment for unlawful possession of 302 rounds of AK-47 live ammunition and attempting to provide support for acts of terrorism, marking the second conviction of a female arms courier rescued by the DSS this year. And back in Ondo State, core members of the 2026 Batch B Stream 1 deployed to Ondo State have been sworn in at the NYSC orientation camp in Nta Akure with a call to embrace the skill acquisitions and entrepreneurship development program and uphold the core values of the National Youth Service Corps. Josephine Akinlaja reports that the core members were also urged to remain disciplined, contribute positively to their host communities, and make the most of the opportunities provided by the scheme.
Dignitaries and stakeholders converged on the NYSC orientation camp, Nta Akure, for the swearing-in of core members deployed to Ondo State for the 2026 Batch B Stream 1 orientation course. The Chief Judge of Ondo State, Honorable Justice Bankole Akiwumi, administered the oath of allegiance on 2,735 core members deployed to the state. In his address, the Governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, represented by the Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Honorable Omoyofumi Segun Henry, urged the core members to be law-abiding and embrace the objectives of the NYSC scheme for its rewarding service here.
To maintain peace, they should be security conscious and they should take their skill acquisition very, very serious because everything is not based on white collar job. They start learning from their friends now and you can see it, they are going places.
Earlier, the state coordinator of NYSC in Ondo State, Mrs. Kuburat Omowumi, encouraged the core members to take advantage of the Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development (SAID) program to acquire vocational and entrepreneurial skills. She also urged them to be focused throughout the orientation course.
This orientation period has been carefully designed to equip you with essential values such as discipline, patriotism, leadership, teamwork, tolerance, and resilience.
Also speaking, the chairman of the NYSC State Governing Board, represented by the Director of Youth Development in the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Mrs. Catherine Okukpe, said the orientation course was designed to equate leadership, teamwork, and resilience in the corps members.
I encourage you to see this service here as a real opportunity to learn, grow, and contribute meaningfully to society.
Highlight of the event was a display by the Man O' War, which preceded the official opening of the 3 weeks orientation course. The swearing corps members are about 1,251 males and 1,481 females from the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp, Ikare Akoko, Oluwaferomi Okpeleye, NTA News.
African Democratic Congress, ADC, has announced former Rivers State Governor and former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, as the vice presidential candidate to run alongside former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in the 2027 presidential election. In a statement signed by ADC National Publicity Secretary Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, the decision followed consultation within the party and reflects Amechi's experience and contributions to governance. The party described the Atiku Amechi ticket as a partnership aimed at offering Nigerians an experienced alternative ahead of the 2027 general elections. You're still watching Nta Akure News at 7. We shall be back in a moment. Please do stay with us.
No worry, you said go make am. Mogo Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point.
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.
The prestigious NTA Television College, widely recognized for its professionalism and excellence in media training, has achieved another significant milestone. In addition to its existing affiliation with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria for the award of a degree in mass communication, the college has now received official approval from the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to commence National Diploma, ND programs in mass communication and multimedia. Additional programs are also in progress. Admission requirements: a minimum of 5 O-level credit passes in relevant subjects. For National Diploma ND programs, minimum JAMB admissible score of 100. For degree programs, recommended JAMB score of 180 and above. This is a great opportunity to become part of the college's growing legacy in media and broadcast education. For more information,
Visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call these following numbers: 0803-838-4343, 0806-980-9897. Announcer Management.
Thank you for staying with us. You can also watch us on our social media handles on Facebook at Nta Akure and on YouTube at Nta Akure. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, has described LNG as a strategic national asset, saying its success aligns with government's goals on energy security, investment, promotion, and industrial growth. This was when the Foreign Affairs Minister received LNG Managing Director Adeleye Falade in Abuja. They agreed to strengthen collaboration to promote Nigeria's economic diplomacy and energy investment. Equally, the NLG Managing Director congratulated her and noted that NLNG serves as an ambassador of Nigeria's economic potential globally. He highlighted the ongoing Train 7 project, which will raise LNG output from 22 to 30 million tons per annum and create more jobs and revenue for government. Bianca Ojukwu welcomed closer partnership to attract strategic investment and showcase Nigeria's energy opportunities. Central Bank of Nigeria directs banks and payment services providers to stop payment transaction data generated in the country on local servers from January 2027. These and more on Business News with Inioluwa Edema.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has directed banks, fintech firms, and other payment service providers to store all payments transaction data generated within the country on local servers from January 1, 2027. The Apex Bank says the directive is aimed at strengthening oversight of the digital payments ecosystem, enhancing data security, and promoting transparency. It also introduced new ownership disclosure and competition measures to ensure a more resilient and competitive payments industry. In another development, rising prices of liquefied petroleum gas, commonly known as cooking gas, are prompting marketers to explore large-scale importation of the product in a bid to improve availability and modern costs for consumers. Industry finding indicates that the price of cooking gas has increased significantly in recent months, rising from an average of 1,000 naira per kilogram in January and February to as much as 2,400 naira per kilogram in some locations. Sources within the industry say the move to boost importation is aimed at addressing supply challenges and stabilizing the market, with the regulatory authority reportedly issuing licenses to qualified importers. In Akure, Inioluwa Edema, NTA News.
About 500 athletes, including those from Commonwealth nations, expected in Lagos for fencing championship. Olumide Eguntala has more on these and other stories on Sports Update.